Hello, my name is Fleetus Poston, and I'd like to spend the next little bit talking to you about something that I'm now having discussions with my students at Appalachian State that I just attended a recent presentation on AI and how it's going to enable and help our security operations centers and our incident responders. So I'd like to welcome you to our discussion today on the rise of AI agents and how they are transforming the way you and I work, create, and solve problems. If you're like myself, you've been using automation for a little while in your career. Traditional automation has some limitations, but AI agents are here to help us represent a significant evolution in that. They're now offering intelligent capabilities that go beyond simple tasks that we've been automating for decades. So let's explore during our presentation today some key differences between AI agents and the conventional automation, and why this shift is so important for organizations and professionals such as you and I, who want to stay ahead of the curve. So I chose this graphic on the right that depicts a futuristic scene of a human and a robot working together in a modern office space. It's helping hint at the collaborative potential of AI agents. So let's get ready to dive into and explore how AI is and going to reshape the future of work and problem solving. So now let's dive into understanding AI agents. They have key capabilities that will set them apart from traditional software that we have been using today already. They operate independently without constant human direction. You feed it some information, give it a playbook, give it some steps, and it will complete it. They respond dynamically to changes in their environment and the new information that's being fed to it or that's been digested into the LLM in which it's using, large language model. They take initiative to achieve their goals rather than just waiting for us to give commands. So, for example, we ask it to pull up an alert and determine what activities is going on. It's going to run through the predetermined task that was set up and keep uncovering and turning over rocks until it gets to the end versus just doing the first step and waiting for the next. They will interact with other agents and you and I as humans to complete tasks. We can automate steps, we can give it tasks to complete, or we can have it prompt us to respond. This flexibility and the ability to adapt allows agents to improvise and handle unexpected situations. So, for example, let's think about jazz musicians creating great music. This goal is to highlight how AI agents are more dynamic and autonomous compared to the rigid pre-programmed software. So going back to my jazz musician, for those who like jazz or have picked it up, when you pick up the saxophone and start blowing into it, it will make a noise. But under the hands of a skilled musician, they turn those simple notes into something that's soothing, something that's relaxing, or it's something that's going to get you on your feet and get you to dance. So let's dive into it and see how AI agents can now add some excitement to our workforce and to our tasks. So let's dive into the spectrum of AI sophistication. As you can see, I've outlined on this slide some simple reactive agents to more advanced deliberate and learning agents. The first is reactive agents. They respond to the immediate stimuli without any memory or reason about past actions. This is like a smart thermostat that simply reacts to the current temperature. Next is deliberate agents. They can plan and reason about future actions, considering multiple constraints. This allows them to make more sophisticated decisions, like a scheduling assistant that optimizes a complex calendar. And lastly, learning agents are the most advanced, as they can improve their performance over time through experience. They can adapt to new situations based on past outcomes, becoming more capable with each and every new interaction. The progress from reactive to deliberate to learning represents the increasing levels of AI sophistication and capability. What we see today is only the first layer of the onion of what AI agents will do. Give it weeks, months, or even a year, and we will be having learning agents that are able to adapt to the ever evolving service industry. Your chatbots will be able to handle more requests. Your help desk and service desk will be able to allow the knowledge base articles to grow and be updated dynamically based on the interactions from the employees, allowing your GRC teams and your legal team and your comms team to get updates quicker and faster back into your Confluence, your SharePoint, and publish back to the user, allowing micro learnings to happen sooner via the AI sophistication. So, Flutus, let's really unpack why I care about AI agents versus just continuing with the automation I know today. Let's talk now about some critical differences. Traditional automation is great for repetitive, rule-based tasks, but it struggles when faced with an unexpected input or changes in the environment. We've all been there. We've tried to ask a chatbot or a prompt a question that it does nothing about. It doesn't have any memory of it. So, for example, if you're interacting with your bank, it prompts you, it's likely going to ask you questions like, what's your name? What do you want to do today? Are you talking about a savings account, checking account, a CD, a mortgage? And if for some reason you decide to ask it a question that I love to ask automated system is, do you like chocolate or vanilla milkshakes? It's not going to answer the question. It's not going to handle it. While in the contrast, an AI agent thrives in more flexible environments. It can adapt to the changing conditions. It will reason through unexpected situations and learn from the experience to improve over time. So a chatbot that's backed by an AI based engine may ask you why you're asking it a question about milkshakes. It may even answer you and tell you it doesn't drink milkshakes, but if it did, it would choose vanilla. So a key example here is the improvement of customer service. Traditional automation uses rigid decision trees. Going back to my example, while AI agents can understand natural language, they're starting to interpret emotional context, and they'll provide personalized and genuinely helpful responses most of the time. So the ability to handle ambiguity and make decisions is a critical difference between traditional automation, where we're putting try catches and case statements and methods to try to think of anything and everything a user may ask it, versus the more advanced capabilities of our AI agents, who take the knowledge that it's learned from the models that it's been preloaded with, and it uses natural language processing to figure this all out. Let's dive into some applications that AI agents will help with transforming many different industries. On this slide, I'm outlining this across four industries: business operations, healthcare, software development, and even personal productivity. So in the first one, business operations, AI can help with our supply chain management and financial trading by monitoring market conditions, helping do predictive analysis for demand, and automatically adjusting inventory and investments. So for those who've done case studies, let's pick on Walmart or even Amazon. Just in time is important when it comes to inventory management. With AI, it's going to be able to take all the data points from every scan in store, every um, shopping cart transaction, and quickly determine where to route material, allowing our fulfillment centers to process data quickly to brick and mortar stores, or even to get that last minute microphone on the Amazon truck before it pulls away to be delivered to you before your next speaking engagement. Healthcare is also important. AI is going to, and probably already assisting doctors, analyze medical images, help them find anomalies, help them understand what they're seeing based on the AI being able to look at thousands, if not millions, of images similar to it, where the doctor may have only seen hundreds. Additionally, AI will help monitoring patients' vitals. It can look at the past vitals of that patient, and suggest treatment protocols based on medical knowledge and patient history. This one is something that's a little more closer to home to me. For those who know me personally, I have aging loved ones who are starting to have more and more medical issues. Spent a lot of my summer sitting with loved ones in hospitals, rehab centers, and traveling with them. And with the advancements of AI, I'm hopeful this will help my loved ones continue to determine the right medical treatment and next steps by being able to look at their history and their vitals and their experiences to help doctors make more timely and effective choices. Next is in software development, where I've worked for the last several years. AI can help us with our writing of our code, the testing of our code, and even debugging the code, allowing our developers to focus on higher level architecture and creative problem solving. For anyone who's used Microsoft Copilot, Claude Code, you know the ability that AI can do to help you quickly get code snippets, to test the code, and even help you debug syntax issues, logic issues, etc. Vibe coding is something that's popular right now, and AI has enabled that. It's allowing people who never would have thought that they could to be able to practice and learn. Well, vibe coding isn't going to replace developers, but it will help an experienced staff, site reliability engineer, get their job done quicker so they can focus on the new enhancements and modernizing their code versus just keeping it alive. And lastly, here, something that me personally is personal productivity. I continue to use AI to manage aspects of my life, my calendar, help me prioritize emails, and draft responses to match my communication style, helping serve as more or less an AI assistant. Because as we continue to get more and more busy, if you're like myself, you probably have many email accounts, multiple calendars, and you're being asked to go in many different directions all at once. So being able to streamline that for personal productivity is something that I'm excited to do more of as I continue to leverage functionalities to help me continue to be more aware of my fatherly duties, my husband duties, my leadership roles, as well as just being a security practitioner and now adjunct faculty member. So the key advantages of AI agents isn't just to automate tasks, but it's to augment human capabilities by handling the routine work that you and I sometimes enjoy, sometimes don't, while providing intelligent insights. Again, it has knowledge. It's been able to look at previous, allowing us to make smarter decisions quicker and more timely. Now let's talk about the benefits that come with using AI agents. They're significant. They're actually enabling unprecedented scalability, consistency, speed, and freeing up you and I to focus on more creative and strategic work. AI agents can handle thousands of tasks simultaneously without fatigue or decreased performance, providing immense scalability. Your AI agents can now work 24/7. We don't have to worry about staffing individuals. Are they hungry? Are they emotional? As we all know in security, emotions drive a ton when it comes to productivity and capabilities. AI agents maintain the same high level performance 24/7 as they don't get tired. They don't get distracted. They're not emotional, thus ensuring consistent results. The fleet is how do I know it's going to be consistent? Well, make the same API call 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and compare the results and look for differences versus have the same analyst or engineer do the same task 100 times and compare the results. Even your sharpest analyst will have degraded performance competing the task over and over again due to fatigue, emotions. Again, many variables of a human come into play here. Lastly, AI agents process information and decisions in milliseconds, enabling real-time responses that would be impossible for you and I. Yes, our brains fire quickly. Yes, we feel like we're quick on our feet. We can come up with an answer. But if you're like myself, You stop listening because you're already trying to determine the answer to my question, and you may have missed the actual question you're solving, thus causing delays. By automating repetitive and high volume tasks, AI agents will free up people, such as you and I, to concentrate on the work that does require human intuition, creativity, and strategic thinking. Many of us believe AI will take our jobs, but until AI has the ability to be intuitive, to be creative itself, and just to think outside the box, you and I are safe. So, for example, a computer, no matter how many times you asked it, cannot produce a random number without you giving it variables. Thus, it's no longer random. Even with pseudo-random number generators, we still had to program in requirements to keep it from selecting four zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. by putting parameters. Well, as a human, if I asked 1,000 people to give it a random number, you're just going to pick one. It may be a 1 digit, it may be a 6 digit, it may be a 100 digit number, because I don't have to give you parameters for you to randomly pick a number. But on the flip side, strategically or statistically, excuse me, someone in the room is going to choose the same number because, again, we are human and we don't have the ability to truly think randomly as well. Thank you for my side tangent on the benefits of AI agents. So, implementing a roadmap, getting started with AI agents. The implementation roadmap for getting started with agent is a critical step that you and I need to sit down and take some time. It requires planning. It requires us to think logically, smart, and engage the appropriate stakeholders from the different lines of businesses, leadership, even external parties. As successfully integrating this technology will be time consuming and will be a full organizational effort. We'll begin by discussing the importance of starting small. Start with pilot projects in areas where the potential impact is high, but your risk is manageable, such as automating report generations or implementing basic customer service chatbots. Test them, get feedback, and then wash, rinse, and repeat. Next, you need to invest in data quality, as AI agents are only as good as the information they work with. Ensuring you have clean, well organized data is essential to avoid the garbage in, garbage out problem. Additionally, change management is critical when considering when implementing AI agents, as they will inevitably affect existing workflows and roles within inside of your organization. Discuss the importance of the change. Get buy-in from your stakeholders early, thus providing adequate time and training to facilitate a smooth transition. You will need to develop guidelines for your AI agent behavior and establish mechanisms for the human oversight and intervention, as this is critical from the ethical standpoint. You'll need to explore what ethics your company cares about. What is the culture of your organization from the very beginning prior to implementing an AI agent? And then make sure that it's reviewed quarterly, semi-annually, or whatever your stakeholders is most comfortable with. And finally, I stress the importance of staying informed about the emerging technologies and best practices in this rapidly evolving field, as it will help you and your leadership make better implementation decisions before rolling out AI agents. So now let's discuss a little bit more about the future of AI and its emerging trends. We're seeing a shift in AI from replacement to augmentation, as well as partnership between humans and AI agents. Specialized AI agents will soon work together in a multi-agent system, to tackle complex problems in areas like smart cities, such as New York, San Francisco, and other large metropolitan areas. These collaborative agents will coordinate seamlessly across different systems and platforms, thus allowing emergency response vehicles, regulated utilities, and others to communicate via these agents across departments and agencies, both at the local, the state, and the government. At the same time, AI agents will adapt to the individual preferences and needs of both the user, the employee, the organization, the city, the nation, etc., offering highly personalized services that will meet the needs. This convergence of human AI teams, multi-age systems, hyper-personalization, and cross-platform integration is what's going to create a powerful new AI agent ecosystem. As we've discussed already, the future is coming. You and I will continue to learn, grow, and adapt. And as I stated, we're here to build AI teams with a human focus that allow for better collaboration, more personalization, thus allowing for an adaptive collaboration environment. So we've reached the end of this presentation, and I'd like to discuss some key takeaways that you and I need to think about as AI agent continues to evolve. It's not about replacing human intelligence, but it's about augmenting it. The goal is to create human AI partnerships that leverage the unique strengths of each of us. If that's the emotional, the intellectual, the industry knowledge, the institutional knowledge that you have about an organization, but augment it with emerging technologies, data sets, models, thus allowing your organization to continue to be, for lack of a better term, bleeding edge, forward thinking. Automation should be viewed as a way to complement while enhancing human capabilities, not as a simple way to replace you and I. While implementing AI agents, we must consider not just the technical capabilities, but also the human, ethical, and society implications before we do this. Responsible deployment of AI agents is key to creating positive outcomes for individuals and society. Those who learn to effectively leverage these AI tools will be well positioned to thrive in this increasingly automated world. The future belongs to those who can seamlessly integrate AI agents into their workflows and decision-making processes. As you can see the quote here, the goal isn't to replace human intelligence, but to augment it. Creating systems with AI agents and humans working together will achieve outcomes neither could accomplish alone. So I appreciate your time today. Hopefully you found this presentation enlightening. There was some questions answered. Feel free to reach out to me and let me know your thoughts. Um, Please like and subscribe. And I hope that we can run into each other at an event in person here soon. But until then, stay safe and stay secure, everyone. And remember, we're here to work with AI and to allow it to help us grow and evolve because AI is allowing security to improve, but cybersecurity is here to provide safeguards for the AI agents we are deploying within our organizations.